after a year of working, I was coming up on my I guess they call it recurrent, like something similar to what I do now to flight attendant. I was coming up on re started being recertified or whatever. I was coming up on that time, and I didn't really like being a correctional officer. I didn't. I hated that job. I really did. I hated it with a passion. But I was making more money. I'm gonna tell you that I was. But I still hated the dang on job. And yet again, I prayed again, and I prayed every day, so that was not a new thing. But I asked God something in particular. I said, God, I hear that Hewlett Packard is hiring again, but this time they're hiring for permanent position, not just temps. Should I go back or shouldn't I go back? And if I should go back, then let this phone call that I'm about to make be the phone call that I need to let me know that I should go back. So what I did, I was on my lunch break again, and I called my boss, the one who had agreed to lay me off, and I said, "Oh yeah, are y'all hiring?" And he said, "Yeah, we are." I said, "I got a question for y'all. Are y'all really hiring? Come on now, because the last time I was there, that money was not right." And he said, "I understand, but yeah, we are hiring." And he said, "Oh, matter of fact, I was trying to call you." That's what he told me. He said, "I was trying to call you." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "I've been looking for your number. I don't know how I misplaced your number, and I have been looking for your number." I said, "Oh, I changed my number. You didn't misplace it. I had changed my number because I was good for changing my phone number. I'm gonna tell you that now. People who know me know I was. Matter of fact, I know my guy right now. The first time I have had it the longest, this long." And he was like, "Oh, that makes sense. So we are looking for you to come back and all this stuff." And I was like, "That's the answer I need to come back." I said, "When?" He said, "Can you come back tomorrow?" I said, "Nope, I'm coming back on Monday, not tomorrow. I need all this rest of this week off, including the weekend, to be mentally prepared. I'm not coming back, but I'm coming back, but not tomorrow." And so, what happened in this situation was that I went back into the job. I had a smile on my face, and that's one thing I did not do when I was working. I didn't really smile that much, and people were looking at me like, "She's smiling for? What happened with it?" They've been a little nosy. And then I told them, I said, "This is my last day. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this day out, and I'm done." And I ended up quitting and doing all that. I turned in my uniform. I was all happy and going on, and I ended up going back to Hewlett Packard, and things were different, completely different. There was a whole fluke and flock of new people, and some old, but mainly new. And they had changed the facility up, the factory up, and all this. They had a whole new thing going on. It was just different, and I was excited. Oh, I was excited. I was like, "Oh yeah." So, to make a long story short, they had a position that was open for. It wasn't supervisor. It was something else, and I went for it. When I went for it, now this is where Satan tries to block me. Okay, I had an interview and everything, and after the interview, I didn't hear anything. It was just dead silent. I was like, "What's happening? Why I'm not hearing anything?" And finally, someone came to me and they said, "Oh, you've been blackballed." I said, "What?" That's the first time I ever heard that word. I didn't know what blackball means. Yeah, I'm serious. That was the first time I heard that word. I didn't know what it meant. So I looked it up and I was like, "What in the world? Who would do that to me? What did I do?" Come to find out, it was a lady who was, I don't want to say her name because people who watch and know me are going to know who I'm talking about. So I don't want to say who she was. But I will say this. She was one person who gave me my interview because I had a 5-panel interview. She was the only lady in the interview. The rest of them was all guys. And they told me she blackballed you, and she was like, "You don't want to hire her." And mainly because